What's up, folks? Let's see, Friday I took a road trip and went down to Maryland. Nice trip, not bad at all. Gas is cheaper in the southern part of Pennsylvania, but not too bad, except for when you have to eat and you're on the turnpike. You know, you pay $27 for 2 sandwiches and 2 fries. Not good. But hey, it was a nice trip, not too bad. I was bidding on an auction, and if I was going to go down, there was one thing I was interested in this auction, and I decided that if I win it, I'm going to bid on a bunch of other stuff to make it worthwhile driving down. The one I was interested in was a box of redemption boards, hoping that I could come up with a crane, a claw machine board. Well, I did, but I don't think it's gonna work. This is just this is a 7th gen. What is it? Smart Industries. I don't think that's going to work in our big choice. But that's beside the point. That's another video. So I bid on a bunch of stuff, and I was looking at a lot of CDs that came out of jukeboxes. That's what this video is going to be about. And after I won the box of redemption boards, I went ahead and made sure I got enough stuff to go down to make the trip down. It was about a 4.5 hour drive down. 4.5? Yeah, it was about 4.5 hours down and back. We left at 5 o'clock and got back at 5 o'clock. So, you know, it wasn't too bad. But there was 3 lots of CDs for jukeboxes, and the one I really wanted, I run that one up to about $200 and dropped off of it. And now I think I'm kind of glad I did and got this lot that we're going to go over here shortly for $100. Because the other one may have been good. It was in milk crates, and there was I think 6 milk crates, so you have 2 layers in each milk crate. And I could see on the side of one, I could see Stone Temple Pilots, so I knew there was some rock in there. But you know, you're bidding on something that you have no clue as to what's in there. But this one come up, and everybody just didn't seem to really want this one. So, like I said, I ended up getting this one for $100. And when I got down there and started loading it, just kind of, you know, glancing at some stuff in here. We have in this one, you know, Van Halen, Best of Volume 1. Most of these are the cover's going to be missing, but the back's there. And so we still have our side or our end title. And some of these are going to be, you know, labeled here, but it's not going to be the right CD. But, you know, Van Halen Best of Volume 1 is in there. Led Zeppelin 3 is there. Led Zeppelin 3. And all these are in immaculate condition because Kenny Chesley, they came out of the jukebox and then was put away and then never messed with again. I think a lot of these that are still in the cases were retired because, you know, maybe they just weren't being played as much. There's Eagles, their greatest hits, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Hootie and the Blowfish, Mamas and the Papas, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Santana, Buck Cherry 15, Jan and Dean. You know, and that's just that little box. And we have the Rolling Stones, Rewind, Kenny Chesley, Queen's Greatest Hits, I think there's some more. There's Triumphs, Classics, but I don't think Triumph's in there. I think it's Patsy Cline's in there, so I'll have to see if I can find Patsy Cline and kind of swap them out. And let's see, Lonely Boys. So there's a lot of, there's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then how about the Beatles? We have Beatles. The Silver Bullet, oh, Bob Seger, excuse me. Yeah, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Sorry about that. Been a long day already. Now 46, there's a lot of those. Oh, and here, everybody should know what that one is already. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. So these are the ones with cases, and then there's going to be some that are like this. This is what the operator would carry around with him when he's getting ready to change jukeboxes out. He would carry this with him, and you pull you have all your CDs in here. There's the Beatles, 1967 to 70, and then Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu, John Cougar Mellencamp. But you would carry this with you, and then when you found something that wasn't being played, you would swap it out, go through your box and get one out and change it out. You can see there's the cards for the jukebox. Each one of these has a card for it. The top 10 hits. Okay. City of Angels. So there's a lot of this in there. Now, that's just a little small portion of it. When I was looking at this lot, I kind of, you got kind of a top view of these two totes. So I just, out of curiosity, I sat there and I counted, and I figured there was about 200 on the top here. There's about 50, 50, 50, and 50. So I just kind of counted them out, so there would be 200. I figured there would be 200 CDs in this tote. And the same with that one, 200 CDs. Or excuse me, no, 25, I'm sorry. That'd be like 100 and 100, so I figured, there's 200 CDs. And you have that. But when I got there, I looked at these totes. I thought they were little narrow totes. They're tall totes, and there's two layers of CDs in these. So yes, there is about 200, probably 200 CDs there, and 200 CDs in that bottom one. Still the same thing. Sir Mix-a-Lot, the Black Crowes, Eric Clapton, Stone Temple Pilots, Core, Strange Brew, U2, Bon Jovi, Jay-Z. And this is just to name a few of, just running right through. Smash Mouth, Dixie Chicks, what's that? Oh, Montgomery, Gentry, Sheryl Crow, Toby Keith. So there's going to be a little bit of a mix here. I only kind of ran across some really old stuff, but everything is all rock and good country. There's the Beatles, 62 to 66. And it's in there. And that one has the cover. So that'll be a good, that's a good CD there. Yeah, Dixie Chicks, Black Crowes, some more Black Crowes. There's Nazareth, Hair of the Rat, or Hair of the Dog, excuse me. Aaron Neville, Donald Jones. Okay, there's Metallica, Ride the Lightning. But it says Garth Brooks. So let's see what's in it. Garth Brooks. You know, so this is going to be a lot of fun going through this stuff and matching stuff up that needs to... Oh, that's Metallica. Where did I get Nazareth? Where did I say Nazareth? Metallica, Ride the Lightning. But it's Garth Brooks. Bruce Springsteen and Garth Brooks. So we'll have to go through and kind of match stuff up. I'm sure there's other, that those CDs are in another case that's probably Garth Brooks. So we'll go through those, and we have 2 layers on that tote and 2 layers on that tote. So there's about 400 CDs right there in those 2 totes. And we have another box full of nothing but loose with the front cover. Same thing. This is the operator would just have a bundle like this, and he would just carry that around with him in the truck, and then when he needed, if he found a CD that wasn't playing good in one place, he could change it out and go through these ones and put a different one in, and take that one, put that one in there, and take it to a different location where it might make money or be played a little bit more. And there's Maroon 5, Doobie Bros, Eric Clapton, The Diarrhea of Alicia Keys, and Linkin Park, Now 18. These are kind of some top, these are that's what I call music. There's the Doors, or no, geez. Yeah, I'm trying to see it. I'm seeing it. I'm looking for it. The Doors. That's a Ditto. Ditto? Ditto. Red Hot Chili Peppers. '60s Gold. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. What's that one? Rod Stewart Unplugged. And you can see that that's all this is nothing but bundles of CDs and loose CDs with their cover that's in this box as well. There's some crap in here every now and then. There's Patsy Cline. That's not crap. I'm just saying there's some crap in here. Didn't mean that was crap. So you kind of look at this, and each one of these bundles is probably another 25 CDs. So there's probably another 400 in there. So we have 2, 4, 8, and what's up there? About 900, close to 1,000 CDs that now we have to go through that I paid $100 for. And just testing it last year for CDs to see how they were selling down at the outdoor market. Some of this stuff I was getting $5 to $10 a CD for, like Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, Journey's Greatest Hits, you know, stuff like that. I'll buy jewel cases and that to put these in after I go through, and some, you know, jewel cases that I can use that are mismatched and don't have nothing for, you know, I'll rob some out and jewel case some real good ones to take down. But you know, even if you just sold them at $1 a piece, we'll just say you'll get $800. Yeah, I know. If there's 1,000 CDs at $1 a piece, I'm going by that. Maybe we'll go with 200 of them are non-sellable, because every one of these discs. Let me grab. You know, a little dirty on the outside from being But you can see that disc is immaculate. Just needs a little Windex and it's ready to go, wiped down. But they're all going to need cleaned because they've all been sitting in a warehouse. Yeah, and in this same lot was this box of records. These are out of jukeboxes. These are number 10s. These are 10-inch. These are really old. Well, I'm not going to say really old, but there's quite a bit of stuff in here. I haven't even looked at this. What's that? Wilbert Harrison. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a neat little tote to go through and see what the hell's in there. Yep, coin doors. Coin doors, bill acceptors, and a crap load of boards. Mainly all redemption boards. I think I ended up with one light driver board for Bally. Coin counter. That'll be a neat little project. We're going to put that up on the bench and we're going to do a project on it. We're going to clean it up. See if it works, and I think we'll paint it, and because that I'm going to take over to the arcade, and that's what I'm going to count quarters with. It sucks counting $417 worth of quarters. Alright, so I'm gonna, oh man, I hate to kind of drag this video out. It should be kind of a nice little midweek video of a bunch of crap that I picked up. Yeah, Triumph's Classics, yeah, that's the one with Garth Brooks. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to mess around here a little bit, and then I'll probably bring you back and we'll finish this up. I think this is just going to be a short one. Alright folks, I got all the wrong CDs and covers out of all the cases. Those are all empty down through there. Got those three racks and that stack and a little stack over there. Those are all empties of, this is rock and roll. A lot of 80s and a lot of 70s. This is one tote full of rock that has to be matched up with cases. And then here I have another whole tote full. And another half a tote. This Bad Company 6 from 10 must be one heck of a CD. At least everybody liked it down there. I can't get enough. Feeling like making love. Oh yeah. Running with the pack. Yeah, no wonder. Shooting Star. Moving on. Bad Company. Rock and Roll Fantasy. Because I must have 6 or 8 copies of that 6 from 10 Bad Company. Really, really good. Country. This is all the country that that's out of all of those CDs. That's the country, and that's a country sitting right there that is waiting to be matched up with cases. And I'll get into this here shortly with you. I'm going through just regular CDs and covers. There's a lot of in that box. When I went through it, a lot of them just got kind of mixed up, so you got to kind of match everything up and hope you have enough of everything, which you don't, because you can see I have a small stack of country left and covers that don't match. But we'll see what we have in there. We may have the CD but no cover. But there's going to be a lot of a lot of CDs and covers without cases with backs on them. And then over here, this is what I'm just calling easy listening or whatever. This is oldies, some oldies in here. Like there's Luther Vandross. No, that's not old. Grammy. You know, there's some older stuff in here. Motown, Compact Collection, Four Tops, Casey Keenum, Total Hits. You know, there's Nelly Furtado is what I'm just calling easy listening. But it's more than easy listening in here. There's some rap in here. Fiona Apple, title, Brian Auger, what's that one, Greg Aranda, Outlaw Blue, Boy George, there's some Boy George, Culture Club, Banda Los Lagos, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know, so this is easy listening. There's one full tote with a few extra here. There's another full tote there. And those are all the empties that's waiting to get matched up. Now, to be cleaned, that was already matched, and I've matched a few just by, you know, as I was going through them, I seen the case, and I seen the CD and everything. AC/DC Back in Black, there's probably the same thing. I think there's about 5 or 6 copies of that. Another Bon Jovi, Crossroads, Creed, Withered, Fugees, Fudgies? Fudgy, we'll call it Fudgy. That sounds better than Fugie. Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. There's another Creed, Withered. You know, so all this stuff is waiting. I have to, a lot of this stuff, Bruce Springsteen, 311, Humble Pie, Soul Decision, Tesla. There's oh god, there's just so much good stuff in this lot. You can't believe it. There's the Black Crowes, Clint Black, Teresa Brewer, George Strait, Jimmy Buffett, Christmas Island. There you go. Yeah, A Decade of Steely Dan. Singles 45s and under. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. But what I have to do here is a lot of these I have to take I'll take the CD back out, and I have to wash it because there's a lot of dirt that kind of seeped into it from where they were. They were in this big giant warehouse. I mean, this place was a maze. It was very easily get lost in that place. Thank God somebody had footsteps pasted on the floor to show you the way to hell out of this place. Man, it was nuts. But there's it's you know, it's just covered in this soot, warehouse soot. You know, you can see it here. You know, it's just warehouse dirt. Those old warehouses, a lot of those were old coal-fired. So they, you know, that stuff's all in the walls. And then when the wind blows, that stuff just moves around and gets all over the place. Your battery's flashing. And I'm going to have to change the battery so I can finish this video up. There was some Christmas in there, but as you can see, very few Christmas, which is good. So I'll save them until later on in the summer when we start hitting fall. I'll clean them up and take them over and see if anybody wants to buy any Christmas CDs. These are the only blanks I come up with. I should know this CD, but I cannot for the life of me think of which one it is. So it's going to get put in and then I'll figure it out real quick. I know a bunch of you already know what CD that is, but of note, this is just one I was listening to. That's Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory. Good. It's okay. We'll put it that way. There's only a few on there that's really worth listening to. Stone Temple Pilots. This one, I think that's Core, isn't it? No. Pilots. Stone Temple Pilot. Stone Temple Pilots. That's just the name, yeah. 12 Gracious Melodies. Okay. But yep, already listened to that. That's good. I've had that one before. I prefer Core over that one, but that's just me. There's a lot of Van Halen. Volume 1. I'm looking to see if I can't match up with Volume 2. There's a Led Zeppelin early days. There's a lot of these. That one looks like got run across the floor. Playing side will be fine, but the top's going to look so I may end up keeping that. Yeah, there's Led Zeppelin early days. That's Van Halen best of. Volume 1. Okay, there, Metallica. Metallica, just the name, Metallica. This I'm going to keep calling it albums because that's all I mess with until I run into a great deal like this. But this is just Metallica. This has Enter the Sandman. Excellent. I have, let's see, there's that copy there without a cover. I have that one with a cover. Oh, come on. Fingers work. Nope, I do need that one. That goes there. So I don't have an extra one. Anyway, there's 2 copies of that with cover. And then there's this one complete. There's a couple more complete ones over there in the stack ready to be cleaned. This is Ride the Lightning. I haven't found that CD. It may not be here in this lot. Metallica and Justice for All. And I only have disc 1 of this one, Metallica. Let's see. Pink Floyd, Echoes. Only got disc 1 with Echoes. It may turn up, I doubt it though. And Dark Side of the Moon, there's 2 copies here without a case, but I haven't gone through the cases yet, so I may have another case with that. But I did find 2 other copies of this that's complete. The Wall. There's 3 copies of The Wall here that are complete. Both CDs are here. There's an older one there. This one I think is a remake in 2000. I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I had found. Might be wrong. Oh well. But yeah, there's 3 copies of it. Let's see what... oh, that's Christmas. I just set that back there. A lot of Beatles. Some missing. Second disc, like the Beatles. Anthology. There's only disc 1 of Anthology. That goes with that. With the Beatles. Abbey Road. Magical Mystery Tour. Sgt. Pepper's. There's two copies here. One with the cover and one that's complete. And then just the Beatles, Past Masters, Volume 2. And this one, I'm not positive. I got to look this one up. I'm not a big Beatles guru, but I'm wondering, the Beatles 1. Now, is that their first? This is a remake of 2000. Is that their first album, number 1? Or is this out of a dual set that should have 2? Don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Beatles, so I'm you know. Beatles, 67 to 70. And I think both of those are there. Yep. CD1, CD2. And all the paper. The book's shredded. Here, unfortunately, this is Beatles 62 to 66. Disc 2 is missing. So what you see is what we get. CD1. No, CD2. Same with the White Album, unfortunately. And I'm almost positive, isn't it supposed to be, yeah. See, that's disc 1. So there should be a second one, shouldn't there? Don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Beatles. I really don't care too much for their music. There's a few of their songs that I do like Sgt. Pepper's. But other than that, I don't care for it. Care for their music. But, you know, that's just me. I know there's a lot of people that love them. And same with Elvis. I'm not a big Elvis fan. But I will listen to it if I have it. I'll listen to it, but I don't really get into it. Let's see, what did I have in the... Yeah, Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. That's what I was listening to. So what's nice, you know, I got all this great music to listen to while I'm working. It's a little scuffed. Oh yeah, what else did I have in there? Oh, the later years, yeah. That one needs cleaned. I don't think it played. Let's see what this is. Make sure it reads it. Yeah, it did. Keep thinking that's Aerosmith, but Alright, it's the Ozman. Some Ozzy Osbourne. I'd never heard that one. So I listened to the whole thing before I turned the camera back on. That was an excellent. That's a good. Essentials, Ozzy Osbourne. Thought I had. There's the Essentials, disc 2, and there's disc 1. Yeah, there's a complete set in there of the Ozman. And I do have a few double double discs. Okay, now to get back to what I was talking about earlier, that seeing as though that there was two or three, I think there was 3 lots of CDs in that auction. So a lot of them are going to be mixed. You know, we're not going to find all of them. We're not going to match everything up. We'll match up whatever we can, and it'll have to do, and then I'll get cases. I'll start rounding up more cases, because at least, you know, we can get the disc in and the front cover, and you can see what the hell is in it without having to open and look at the CD. It helps sell too, instead of just a disc and a sleeve, which I will have some. While I was listening to the Ozman, I went through our stack of rock, and that's what I'm down to. And then I have the country, or the easy listening to do. I already did the country. I'll get it done. Yeah, train, how far back did I go? I think Clapton Unplugged, Rod, Crosby, to there. That's what I matched up, about that much. So now we're up to about 2/3. We got two full totes and 2/3 of another to go through and match up whatever cases we can in here. So that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll give you a final count on Sunday, tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a final count as to how many there are. Don't know right now. Like I said, I was guessing between 800 to 1,000. Remember, those are all empties, but those are not. Everything in this box, those 2 stacks, and those 2 stacks are all just need cleaned, and they'll be ready to go down. There's that fudgies. The score. I may have to put that in just for GP. But yeah, that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm not having a whole lot of fun. But I've sure been seeing a lot of CDs that I haven't seen for like ever. Not one I'd never seen. If I have, I sure the hell don't remember it. And I don't have a cover or nothing for that. So that might go in my collection, because that's an awesome CD. So I hope to see you on the next one. And until then, if you like the video and you like my content, please hit the like button. Helps out the channel a lot. I'm getting a lot of views now, but very few likes. So I guess maybe I'm just turning out shitty videos and shitty content. So until next time, have a great week. Take care. And see ya.